What's up, everyone? So today's Monday, today's YouTube Live day. It is March 29th. I think the end of the month is coming soon. Just a reminder, this Friday is Good Friday. So the stock market is closed in observance of Good Friday. So it is going to be a shortened week this week. Totally forgot about it until today. So just remember that Friday is no trading. So what happened to me last Friday? So, a couple things that I want to talk about is I pretty much deviated from the process last week. I've been on a very, very big green streak. Before that loss, I was up about $1.5 million in about 3 months, and it was just left and right. I was doing very well every single day, 5, 10, 15, $20,000 a day, and it got to my head. And what happens in trading oftentimes is when you are the most confident in your trading is when you are the most vulnerable in your trading because you start to play the cushion game. You start to be a little bit more loose. You start to not manage your risk. You start to not respect your stops. You start to trade based on emotion rather than based on process. So I am guilty of this. I fucking lost a bunch of money on Friday, lost about 100 grand. Um, and that really hurt. It didn't hurt because of the financial. It's not like I'm bankrupt. It's not like I'm dead. It's just the fact that, I don't want to be taking six-figure losses in my career anymore. I've had so many losses. I've fucked up so many times, and I'm just sick of it. If I lose 10, 20, 30,000, I can make it back in a day. I can make it back in a week. And I'll be able to make back this loss. It's just going to take some time. But the emotional damage, the mental damage that it does to you is what I want to talk about here, guys. So, what happened and what can I do to prevent this and what are some steps that I'm doing to kind of learn from it, right? So on Friday we had two Chinese names, Wafu and EEIQ. These stocks were at like $70 pre-market. EIQ hit $70 pre-market, and Wafu hit like $35 pre-market. And what ended up happening on Wafu is went all the way down from 35 to $7. And to me, that's broken. To me, that says every single buyer above pretty much $7 is underwater. And if there is any type of pop, they want to be able to sell into it. So what ended up happening on that is right at the market open, the stock went from 7 to 8 to $9. And I'm over here getting really excited. I'm like, oh my God, bring on 10, bring on 11. I'm going to attack this. It's down from 35 bucks. This thing should tank, right? It should tank. So I started shorting it at 10.50, like around 10.50, because that was my plan. My plan was if it gets towards $10, if it bounces like that, it should be a short. That setup works 9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10, that is going to pay me out. So stuck to my process. I did what I normally do. But what I failed to do is I failed to do my research ahead of time. I failed to realize that this stock was a 1 million share float, which means that if I wanted, if Bao wanted, we could buy the company ourselves. And we have a rule. If someone could buy the company, if Bao can buy the company, we are not allowed to short it. But because I was on such a hot streak, because I've been doing so well, because I have been in the matrix, I failed to do my research. I was using my ego to trade the stock rather than my process to trade the stock. And what ended up happening is a chat room pumper came in and started buying it at 10, 11, 12. At this point, I'm already at my max loss. I need to get out, right? I need to get out. And what ends up happening on these halts, when the stocks are halting up, there is no liquidity to exit because it is a panic. People are panicking to get out. So when the stock is at 13, I'm trying to cover at 14, it jumps to 15. I'm trying to cover at 15, it jumps to 16. And all of a sudden, it's just jumping dollars, jumping dollars. And before I know it, I'm at a six-figure loss and I'm so pissed and I'm revenge trading, right? I'm doing everything that I shouldn't be doing, and that is because I have been on such a hot streak that I felt like I could not lose, right? And I needed this loss to humble me down. I needed this to kind of get back to basics. And to be honest, the whole weekend I was doubting myself. I was saying, fuck man, like I'm kind of sick of this shit. Maybe I should stop trading. Like I'm done with it. Maybe I should cash in my chips and just walk away. And then, I had a bunch of people kind of texting me and reaching out to me, friends and stuff like that, trading buddies, and saying, like, don't forget what type of killer you are. Don't forget the animal you are. Don't forget the type of person that you are. We all go through these slumps. We all go through these losses. Trading is like a chart, right? Think about it. Your chart is just not going to go parabolic forever. It has to pull back, consolidate before it makes its way back higher. I was going parabolic without a single pullback, and I needed this pullback to get back to the next high, right? So, I mean, it sucks. I mean, it's not really the end of the world, right? As I hop into my sports car, as I get into my house, as I wear all my jewelry, as I have, no real big bills that I have to pay, I remind myself that shit, you know, I need to just be able to control myself and control my emotions, especially after a winning streak. So I need to be more self-aware of this stuff. So that's number one. That's how I fucked up, and I know what I'm going to do to fix it. Now, number two is, what do I do in terms of trading to make this thing better, right? So when you lose, no matter what type of level you're on, let's say you make a $10,000 a year, let's say you make $100,000 a year, let's say you make $1 million a year. It does not matter what level you are. When you lose money in the markets, you lose your confidence in the markets. You lose your confidence in your abilities. And I lost my confidence in my abilities. Still up over $1 million this year. Why should I not be confident? But that is the mental struggle that trading is. Trading is mostly mental, guys. We could teach you guys the technicals, we could teach you guys the process, but unless you have like a community, unless you have people to kind of help uplift you when you are down, you are doomed. You cannot talk to your friends about losing $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. They're gonna think you're fucking crazy. You need to be talking to other traders. So the value that I found myself in our community of MICs, I got 50 DMs from people. I got 10 text messages. I got people on Instagram that I've never met in my life telling me that I'm going to fucking make it back. So just having that mental, just knowing that I'm not in it alone, just knowing that, other people have gone through this, and just knowing that all of the people that I have helped are now trying to help me kind of gives me that inspiration that I needed to keep going, right? And after a loss, guys, there's one thing that you have to do, and you have to get back your confidence. And how do you get back your confidence after a trading loss? To be honest, guys, all you have to do, as minor as it sounds, as simple as it sounds, is you need to show up the next day, stick to your process that gave you those profits in the first place, and walk away green. If you make $1,000 normally a day, make $100. Just prove to yourself. Get your confidence back. Prove to yourself that you can do this long term. Prove to yourself, right? Because in trading, nothing is ever 100%. That setup that I traded on Friday works 90% of the time. And that 10% of the time it loses, I need to make sure that my losses are capped and my losses are under control better. This was a special case scenario because the stock was just halting up and halting up and halting up. There was no liquidity exit. It was impossible to get out. And you know what? I learned my lesson. Do my research before every single stock, no matter what type of win streak I am on. I got lazy and I paid the price. And this is okay, guys. This is me coming out and telling you that I fuck up. A seven-figure trader fucks up. Even if you're making 10, 20, $30 million a year trading, you will fuck up. It is bound to happen. Trading is not easy, guys. It is not easy, but if done right, you can make so much money. I just screwed up. I got too confident. I was going too fast, and I hit a speed bump, and I just fucking flew. So that's kind of what happened. And then today I came back to the market. I sized down a little bit. I walked away green $1,000. I got to do this 100 more times to make back the loss. But the point is that right now, in this very moment, I am not thinking about the loss. I am thinking about, how can I show up today? How can I show up tomorrow? Be green, stick to my process, and walk away a winner. Okay? So that's what I want to talk about today. So do you guys have any questions for me? We could open this up to a brief Q&A, guys. So if you guys have any questions, we could talk about it now, and we'll go through everything right now together. No, I didn't paint that picture. I got it on an Instagram ad. So any questions, guys? Yeah, I mean, we all lose, guys. If there's anyone on the internet that doesn't lose, that probably means that they're a fraud. I hate that I have to lose in such a public way, but at the end of the day, I should be fine. I will be fine. It's going to take me some time to make back the loss, but I've been in this place many times before, and all it takes is to make it back brick by brick. Do you think you will trade GameStop anymore? I mean, if the edge is there, I'll trade it. But right now, there's not really much edge. I traded WKEY today, short of the 18 line. Yeah, I just got lazy, guys. I was so confident. I was doing so well for so long that I really just got lazy. And now I know when you get to this level, you know what you did right and you know what you did wrong and you know how to fix it. As a beginning trader, you don't really know what you're doing wrong yet. And that's why you kind of need a mentor. But to be honest, guys, if I didn't have MIC and if I didn't have this community, maybe I would have taken a month off from trading. Maybe I would have just given up completely, right? And the power of having a community and the power of having people to lift you up when you are down is very important because not many people understand the mental aspect of trading unless you're a trader yourself. And in MIC, we have a community of thousands of traders that have gone through this before, that understand it, that can help you. And if they're able to help me, they'll be able to help you too. So any questions, guys? What will I change in my process to avoid this kind of loss in the future? Is to do more research before the stock, is to be more strict with my 30% rule. I was oversized on the stock on front side because of my ego. So if I just stick to my process, which is the 30% rule, which means I am not allowed to use more than 30% size above VWAP, I will be fine. Like I said, guys, when you are on a winning streak, when you are on a big winning streak, is when you are the most vulnerable. Like, to be honest, guys, like when I lose money, it's not the money that gets me, it's the disappointment in myself that I let it get to that point, right? So, when I lost on Friday, I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to drive my car. I didn't want to work. It poured into my real life so hard, right? So hard that I hate the fact that it does that. But we need to be able to have these losses to really appreciate the good things, right? What is the point of having good things or doing nice things or whatever it is if you don't understand the pain of what it's like to possibly lose those things, right? So, to me, it sucks. Doesn't matter what type of trader you are, what type of money you have. You lose money, it sucks no matter what. I The feeling of losing $1,000 and the feeling of losing $10,000 and the feeling of losing $100,000 is all the same, but it is how you rebound from it that matters. So here I am coming back green slowly. Maybe it's going to take me a month to make it back. Maybe it's going to take me 2 months to make it back, or maybe it's going to take me a fucking year to make it back. Probably not, but I'm not coming in with the mindset that I have to make it back. I'm coming in with the mindset of let me rebuild that confidence. Let me show up. Let me stick to the process. And before I know it, it'll forget. Someone asked, what is the difference between front side and back side? You could look up all of our videos on that. We have free videos on that. And, another thing that is very key to talk about is what happens after a loss. Do you revenge trade or do you walk away? And most of the times what happens is, let's say you lose $1,000 trading, you start to revenge trade a random stock and you end up doubling or tripling your loss too. And that is where a tab, a trading accountability buddy, comes in. So, the power of MIC is right now we've matched up 1,000 traders with other traders, right? So when you join MIC, we find out your long bias, short bias, years of trading, what you're trying to improve on, what are you trying to do, And we match you up with a trader of similar skill levels in MIC to help you not only watch the videos, do the content together, but someone that you could run your ideas past, someone that you could share, and someone to talk to when things go good and things go bad. And, you know, a trading accountability buddy is what kind of keeps me safe from revenge trading and keeps me safe from kind of screwing up more, guys. So, we have all these tools, we have all these resources, and sometimes we just need one of us or a friend just slap us in the face and get away from this stuff, because the best thing you could do after a loss is close the screens, walk away, and come back the next day. If your tabs are always away, get new tabs. You don't need one tab. There's tab groups. You could be selected with 5 or 10 other traders. Just join MIC, go to the Trading Accountability Buddy channel and say, hey, I need a tab. Someone will DM you. You'll fill out the information, and probably the next day you'll be matched up with a trader of similar skill level. And we're very proud to say that we've matched over 1,000 traders in our tab program so far. So I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up here. I want to kind of keep these videos short and sweet. I know we have the texting hotline of Tosh at 213-458-5997. If you have any questions about trading, if you want to talk to someone, if you want to vent to someone, if you just want to see if MIC is the right fit for you, or you don't really know if trading is something that you'd be interested in, text Tosh. He'll call you. You guys could get on the phone, and he'll basically just explain to you if this is the right fit for you. So text him at 213-458-5997. Also, guys, leave a comment on this video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one person that leaves a comment on this video with one lesson that you learned from this video to win a free month of MIC. I've been doing this in the past in the other videos, and we've seen a lot of traction from it. You guys really like that. So let's do it again. So comment one lesson that you learned from the video today. And yeah, I'll pick a winner in probably the next day or the day after. So thank you everyone for attending. I appreciate everyone's kind words on Friday, but right now that I'm green, I need to get back to my process. I need to get back to exercising. I need to get back to driving my car to de-stress. And I need to get back to kind of being excited to wake up to trade again, because this morning I was not excited to fucking trade, but I'll get there. It's going to take time. So appreciate everyone joining, and I hope to have a better update either the end of this week or next week. So I'll see you guys later.